What's up, everybody, and welcome to Extra episode 12 right here on the Because Movie Network. Hope everybody is doing well on this fine Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. I'm not sure exactly when this is dropping, but yeah, it's good to be back behind the microphone. It's been a long and hard couple of months, 'tis what she said, and sorry about that. That was too easy. But yeah, it's just been, it's been a rough time, a good time, and just trying to get everything back on track. And to that end, I want to say thank you to my wonderful wife, Sarah, who stepped in to do episode 11 a couple of weeks ago. She did an absolutely fantastic job, and it was a very, very hard thing for her to do, and it was a hard thing for her to talk about, but you know what? She nailed it absolutely superbly, and yeah, so I'm so proud of her, and I thank her so much, and I thank you guys for listening to her as well. I know she's one of our more popular guests on the show, and yeah, so what's going to happen now is, well, what is going to happen now? I have offered Sarah in the past just little segments that she can do by herself and stuff like that, and maybe she'll agree to it, maybe she won't agree to it, but right now she is so busy. If she does decide to do something, it is going to be on her terms and her terms only. But if you like what you hear, leave a comment in the YouTube video if you listen to this on YouTube, or go to our Facebook and social media pages and let everybody know, hey, more Sarah, more Sarah, more Sarah. So, what am I doing? Well, you see, I don't have a gambling problem, but man, am I a sucker to a friendly bet. I don't bet money because A, I don't have any, but B, it's dangerous to do so. But you know what? I've been watching a lot of people like Dave Gorman lately, reading Tony Hawk. Is it Tony Hawks? It's one or the other. Tony Hawks, the British comedian. And, a lot of their books that they've released have basically been bets. This is the bet. Can you do it? So, for example, Tony Hawk's went around Ireland with a fridge, hitchhiking. He was bet £100 that he couldn't hitchhike around the circumference of Ireland with a fridge. Well, he did for £100, and the fridge cost 130. So Dave Gorman was bet that he couldn't meet 10 Google whacks in a row back in the day when you could do Google whacking, which for those of you who don't know was a word game that you put into Google, 2 words, 1 hit, bang, right? So, I've been reading those kind of things. I love those kind of books, and I love those kind of, stories and stuff like that. Just real stories and so on and so forth. So, I don't bet for money. But if I'm challenged to do something, I'll take it on. So, going back to my Facebook memories a couple of weeks ago, I was contacted by my youngest brother. And he pointed out to me that it had been 10 years since he challenged me to what we call the Oddworld Challenge, right? He challenged me back when I was a stay-at-home dad while I was waiting for my immigration stuff to go through. He challenged me that I couldn't beat Odyssey and Exodus in the Oddworld series over a 2-week period. Not a problem. But the rules were I had to get every single secret area and save every single one of Abe's buddies. Okay, fine. Well, it took me until the last day, but I sent him a grainy video of me completing it, and it was all fun. And yeah, so I did it. It was fun. It annoyed it annoyed Sarah to no end, but because I was hogging the TV playing this game. But I did it, right? And we had a good laugh about it, and it was just a friendly thing between two brothers who really, really bonded over that game when they were younger. So he points that out to me, and he says, "You know what? I bet you can't do new and tasty like that." And I went, "Oh, I don't have the time to do this." Maybe I do. Because I've been put in, right, when I was putting our Patreon page together, which isn't back up as of yet. It might be soon, it might not be, I don't know. But one of the things I put together was I'm going to do a live stream of crappy games when we reach a certain amount of donations, and that way is my thank you to give back for charity. So I scratched my head, I thought about it, and I decided I'm going to do it. So this is what we're going to do, guys, okay? New and tasty. I have to beat the game on the hardest level in 8 hours. I have to find all of the secret levels and save all of Abe's buddies. Now, my brother did it in 6 hours and 50 minutes, but... Sorry, 6 hours and 48 minutes, excuse me. He'll get mad at me if I miscalculate his time. Sorry, bro. But, but I've asked him to give me a little bit of a handicap because I'll be playing on PC, which this game is not a PC-friendly game in my opinion. It is very, very easy with a controller, but that's a different story for a different day. I asked him to give me an hour handicap, and so I have 8 hours to do all of this. I have to save all 299 of Abe's buddies, and I have to find all of the secret areas and do it on the hardest level. And this will be done in the name of the Movember charity. For those of you who may or may not know, Movember is a charity that looks after men's health, mainly in the areas of cancer and mental health. Considering in this last year, I've had severe problems with my mental health, hence my hospitalization a couple of weeks ago. It's something that I really, really, really gravitate towards every year. I usually grow a mustache every year in solidarity and do a little bit of, donate here, donate there. But this is the first time I'm actually going to be doing a donation fundraising type of thing to do. So the bet is, if I don't complete it, in addition to the money I will donate, I'm additionally adding a $35 extra donation. However, if I do it, my brother has to stump up an extra £25, which is roughly $35 in donations. Because remember, he's over there, I'm over here, whatever. So, again, this is going to the Movember Foundation. That's a charity that's close to my heart, as I mentioned. And this will happen on the 30th of November, which is, for the American listeners, this is the weekend after Thanksgiving this year. So it's going to be a little cold, it's going to be a little chilly, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to try and complete a video game that I haven't played in years and years and years, over 8 hours, and see if I can do it. Now, for those of you who are interested, it will be starting at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, which for our UK listeners is 6 o'clock in the evening, or for our European listeners, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. All donations will be going to the Movember Foundation. This is not something that I'm going to take a cut off or anything like that. That's absolutely ridiculous. I will be donating every single cent of this live stream that I get to the Movember Foundation. Okay? So there's a couple of ways to donate. If you guys want to do it over Facebook, go to bit.ly/bmn-facebook-charity1, because this is our first annual, so we're going to be doing this every year around the Thanksgiving weekend. And if you guys are not a big fan of Facebook, which to be honest, I know a lot of people aren't, you can go directly to Movember, my own personal Movember space. That's mobro.co/Welsh John Connolly, okay? And this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And not only am I looking forward to it, I want to give something back. After my last year or so fighting this horrible, horrible illness, that I can see a silver lining now, which is fantastic. But after fighting this, this is my chance to give back. And give a big thank you to all the doctors and nurses and counselors and everyone who helped me through my hospitalization. A big thank you to the doctors who've been helping me get to the point where, I lasted as long as I did before I had to go in the hospital. My diagnosis has changed several times over the last couple of months, but it's a firm one now. And, mental health is something that can cripple you, or it can inspire you. The Movember charity is one of the things that inspires me. Another thing that inspires me is the great sports commentator Mauro Ranallo. For those of you who follow MMA and boxing and pro wrestling, he is a big time voice. He has a documentary called The Bipolar Rock and Roller, and it showed his struggle and how he handles it as best that he can, and how he goes from being somebody who this affects to somebody who thrives, and he's a pure inspiration to me. But I'm not going to say that I'm going to be this, that, or the other, but it is possible to lead a very, very good life and have mental illness. And, it's all about your mindset. And there are some people who, unfortunately, this disease kills their mindset, kills any positivity. And there are some people who live with the negative because they know the positive's coming around the corner. And so they battle through the negative, which is horrible for them, but they get through the other side, and it's really, really positive. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for, because I know right now this is never going to go away. This is going to affect me until the day that I die. And I just need to make sure that I die at the hands of nature rather than the hands of myself. And that was a hard thing to admit. So we're not going to end all this on doom and gloom, however, so that's not what we're going to do. I want a couple of announcements before I get off here. We're going to do Extra 13 in the first week or so of December. That way we can give the results of the live stream, how much money we donated, and talk about any issues that showed up during the thing. Also, I'll walk through Super Mario World. I have to go back and re-record everything up to a certain point, because maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can salvage this by dubbing it. I had a problem with trying to overdub commentary because it messed up last time, but I'll figure it out. But right now that's on hiatus. As soon as I get that fixed, bang, that'll be back up on our YouTube page, just to finish it off. And for those guys and gals who want to know what's going on with the 90s podcast, that is currently on pause for production. We're currently in pre-production for season 6, Phoenix from the Flames, as I called it. For those of you who watch the TV show Fantasy Football, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never seen it, watch it. It's a really, really funny show. But that's going to be coming back in the first part of the year. We've also got a couple of projects that were going on, and I'm excited about. And the good thing is I've been working on them, constantly. Not breaking my back doing it, but, just getting it together. And they're going to be a lot of fun going forward. And that's it for this episode, guys. So again, the live stream starts November 30th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock UK time in the evening, and 7 o'clock in the evening Central European time. You can donate through Facebook at bit.ly/bmn-fb-charity1. If you don't want to use Facebook, go to mobro.co/Welsh John Connolly. Both the fundraisers will be in the name of John Connolly, because I did them through myself rather than through the podcast, because I'm using the podcast to promote my charity as opposed to the charity to promote the podcast. See what I'm doing there? Okay, if you guys like what we do, check us out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, iHeart Radio, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, and Podbean. And if you're on social media, check out Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, bit.ly/BMN- the social media network of your choice. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. So we will see you sometime in December with the results in Extra 13. Ooh. And we will give more information on what we're going to be doing with the Because Maybe podcast, the 90s podcast, the network, everything in the new year, okay? So, guys, thank you very much for listening. I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'm going to go eat my breakfast. You have a good one. Bye.